Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the CDL podcast channel. In this episode today, we're going over the matches, we're making predictions, we're updating the power rankings. We're going to tell every team that needs to drop players to drop them. If you guys enjoyed this one, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platforms, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. Boys, we're kicking it off with some trivia today. I saw a couple tweets that I liked, saved them here because I was interested to hear if you guys would know the answers to them. First one. All-time CDL Game 5 records of current teams. I don't know if either of you saw this. If you did, I told Brad he hadn't seen it. I told him not to look. Brock, I don't know if you saw this.
I think so.
So it is a little bit confusing. I was gonna see if you guys could figure out like who the top teams and who the bottom teams are. It's their win percentage in Game 5s. So obviously some teams have a lot less Game 5s played, a lot smaller sample size, and it's for their current teams. So like Cloud9, they don't have New York subliners added in. It's just Cloud9. Obviously, Breach
Okay.
have Breach. Thieves is just Thieves, no OGLA. Gentlemates is just Gentlemates, not Gorillas included. Obviously, Surge and Ravens are their entire history because they've been, the same franchise. Falcons is just the Falcons, nobody else. Optic is obviously all of, Optic Chicago, Texas, all that stuff. Heretics, no Mutineers, only Heretics. G2/Rocker, all of it the same. So Minnesota from the beginning. Koi/Ultra is all the same. So Toronto from the beginning, and then FaZe, Atlanta and Vegas, everything included. So obviously, Rocker, Toronto, FaZe, Optic, Royal Ravens, Surge, Thieves, Breach have like a giant sample size for the most part. And teams like Cloud9, Gentlemates, Falcons, and kind of Heretics all have like pretty low because they haven't been in the league for too long. But who do you guys think? See if you can get the top 5 with like only one miss.
We're basing this off of win percentage, correct?
Win percentage only. So a team like C9 is risky because they've been in the league so little. So if they let on like a little bit of losing streak. Who do you think is the best? There is a team that is solo possession of first place.
Brock, I think like Toronto. I don't think Toronto's bottom or top. I think they have a big sample size, so I think they're gonna be like middle pack. And they've had a lot of success.
Brock, who do you think is number one? Brad, you too. Throw out number one. Who do you think it is?
Game 5s.
You remember there could be a team that's like 4-1 and they just have the best win percentage,
Literally, yeah. I'm not gonna say Miami.
I low-key want to say FaZe. So I feel like if they go to Game 5, they're just gonna win it.
Brock is correct. It is FaZe. Number one. They have exactly 100. I think this was tweeted yesterday. So I don't know if it includes Sunday's matches of any. I forget. There was a FaZe Game 5 on Sunday. They lost to Minnesota. So I don't know if this is included or not. Either way, it wouldn't change. They would still be number one. As of the time of him tweeting this, well, this was 7 p.m. So it was after. So they are 61-39. So 100 Game 5s played, 61% win percentage. That's pretty good. 61-39.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Winning basically 2/3 of the time almost. That's pretty damn good. One of you said the team who's in second. One of you said the name of the team.
Toronto.
Yes. Toronto Koi. Number 2 at 48-42. Ultra/Koi at 53.3 win percentage, which again, you're winning more than you're losing in Game 5s. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
There are 4 more teams that have 50% or better. 2 of them have exactly 50%. Number 3, I would say number 3 is a bit of a surprise. Like I would say you guys aren't shocked by FaZe and Ultra being 1 and 2. I would say probably not. They've always been good.
No.
Yeah.
Number 3, I would say I wouldn't expect them to be number 3.
Boston.
Nope. No Boston.
I thought Boston was going to be that surprise team.
Number 3. Surge?
It is not Surge. It is G2/Rocker. 42-38.
Even though they lost
all
those Game 5s last year.
Remember last year, like when they picked up Kenny and like a little bit before that, it was like a little before Kenny and then all the way through Kenny, they just couldn't win a Game 5. Yeah. But they're 42-38. So another huge sample size one, 52.5%. Fourth place, the Heretics, 16-15, which honestly seems like kind of a lot of Game 5s for they haven't been in the league too long. 31 Game 5s. They have a 51 win percentage. They won 1 more than they lost. Fifth place is Optic at 41-41. Dead even.
And
Uh,
even 50%.
And 50-50 in your game fives isn't terrible, like it's a tough thing to win.
right.
Tied with Optic is Falcons at 4-4, which has got to basically be all this year because they didn't win like any matches last year.
Right.
They probably didn't get to game 5 last year, really.
No.
Either.
And then every other team, so that's the top 6, and the bottom 6 are all below 50%. Royal Ravens, honestly, for how bad Ravens have been overall in the CDL, 30-34.
It's not
Not
bad.
like the worst, 46.8% win percentage. Seattle Surge / Vancouver Surge, 35-41. Also, I mean, like not terrible, 46% again. The Gentlemates, 6-8, probably hard carried in terms of losses by last year.
Yeah.
Probably lost basically everything last year. Then the Thieves, all the way down in 10th place, 29-39, 42.6%, just below Gentlemates. Breach in 11th at 24-37, 39%, and then Cloud9, 3-11, 21%. But what do you think is the most shocking thing in that list? I think it's got to be Rocker at 3, just because they haven't had that many good teams. They had Attached for a while. That's probably the answer.
Yeah. I would say low-key, like, Thieves. So if you think their teams have been good.
Mm-hmm. Thieves being that low, I would agree with that. I also think it's kind of funny, but like G2 being that high, and then I just thought like they had Attached and Major Maniac forever, so they're probably like, icing up on game bios.
That is true.
These being that low, I also thought I was like a little bit surprised that like a team like Ravens is honestly almost at 50%. I was a little bit surprised by that, and like Surge being right below Ravens, I figured Surge might be a little higher just because like Surge for a while was like a pretty good team, and even last year they were really good last year. Like Surge overall, besides I guess early on though, they were really bad the first couple of years. Like they were like the worst team for the first 2 years, so that I guess it makes a little more sense.
Yeah. Then they're pretty good in the
From Vanguard on,
year.
yeah, Vanguard on,
Yeah.
they've been like good except for this year. But I guess they were like the worst or one of the worst in MW19 and Cold War, so that makes a little sense. They probably had a lot of losses in those games. All right.
Yeah.
Other little trivia thing I have for you. Okay, this is hilarious. I have my Twitter up on the screen, and on the right side in what's happening, we have a friend whose birthday it is today, and it just says "Happy Birthday, Josh" in the "What's Happening" thing. And it's our friend Josh's birthday today, and for some reason, the "What's Happening" tab it says "Happy Birthday, Josh." That's hilarious. But the other trivia I have quick before we get into the matches: top 5 active teaming streaks tweeted by Breaking Point. It's
Active?
a list. Yeah, active. They are actively teaming. It's a list. There are the top 4 are all duos, and then the last team is a trio. Longest teaming streaks. Number 1, I would say, is an easy answer. You might not think of it right away, but it's a very easy answer. 1 and 2.
Active.
1 and 2 are very easy.
I would say. Well, this one's got to be on the list, but Cleanix inside.
Yeah, they're number 1. They've been teaming since, well, technically BO4 champs, or maybe even before in challengers. But I think this is only in the CDL, so literally they've been teaming since day 1 of the CDL.
Yeah.
They've been on Ultra since W19. So that is the
Literally.
longest.
Shottzyy Dashy.
1,802 days. 1,802 days for those 2 teaming.
Damn.
A long time. 5+
That
years.
is a very long time.
Brad said number 2, Shottzyy and Dashy, 1,493 days. Number 3 is not surprising when you like hear it. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like it sounds weird. It's a player who used to have the longest streak with another player. They broke up this year.
Yeah, I was thinking Simp and Abizi, but I'm trying to think.
Who else has he been teaming with for a while?
Well, yeah, but they're all on different teams now.
Nope. Who else has been on FaZe for a few years?
Oh, Draz.
Simp and Draz, 808 days
God
teaming. Been together for
It's been that long since Draz was on FaZe.
Yeah, 2 years and like 80 days.
Damn.
Wow.
Then the fourth one, kind of, it makes sense, but it's surprising. Like it doesn't like compute in my head. They're about to be teaming for 2 years pretty soon. They switched teams this offseason but stayed together. Switched franchises.
Oh, for Abusa?
Yep. That's surprising to me that they're the
Man,
fourth longest teaming. Abusa in 04. And the last one should be obvious when you hear it. It's a trio. But I don't think I would think of it. If I was in your guys' position, I don't think I would think of this. But it's a trio.
Snoopy, Purge, and Cammy.
There you go. That's
that's
disgusting.
criminal.
That's disgusting.
That is criminal.
That's disgusting that that's on the list. That is awful that that's on the list. But that is the list. Snoopy Purge and Cammy, we'll talk about that later. That's got to change today. That streak has to end today.
That should kind of end yesterday after they
Yeah.
got slammed by Vancouver.
I mean, there you go, Brock. That's a perfect transition. We are looking at Vancouver for our first match of the weekend. And
Yeah.
that FaZe team that has all the longest tenured teammates. Not much time to spend on this one. FaZe, overall, not like a complete blowout series. Like, Vancouver was in the maps. Like,
Mhm.
the first hardpoint was a
Mhm.
bit close. I'm trying to see the trend thing. But yeah, like, the first hardpoint was, like, at 152 to 176. And then from there, FaZe kind of pulled away. There was one point it was 119 to 126. Like, Vancouver was, like, staying in it, and they just got beat at the end. And then they have a close search. 4-2. At one point, it's 4-4. FaZe rolls off 2 maps in a row, and then a 3-1 in the overload. So overall, a close series, but I don't have too much to say here. I mean, FaZe does what they should against a team like Surge. And one thing I want to call for Surge, Lunars continues to put up pretty good numbers. Since the major, Lunars has been like pretty damn good. I have the stats over on the right side. While you guys get your thoughts, I'm gonna pull up what Lunars numbers are strictly from the major on, not including like online stage 1.
Okay.
Major. I would say it's got to be like 1.07 or something like that.
You would be underselling him. He is tied for 4th, the 1.16 with Hydra,
Wow.
just below
Damn.
Rencor, Merc, and Scrap. Yeah,
Holy.
Lunars, since this is the major and then the online qualifiers after, he's 505 and 430. His Slayer rating is number 1 in the league. Or no, sorry, I just looked at that wrong. That was Scrap I was looking at. His Slayer rating is 15th.
Pretty good.
Around some other players like Kips, Abusa, Estriel. He's above Sib, Envoy, Kismet, Draza, Kleenex, Abizi. Like, some pretty good players in there that he's above. And
Yeah.
I forget exactly what goes into Slayer rating, but just from like, thinking about it, I would assume Slayer rating favors subs just because like probably pace goes into it a little
Right.
more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pace probably like it's probably has like a lot to do with like your kills per so much time, because obviously like if you're dropping a 1.5 every match but you're getting no engagements, like your Slayer rating is high because you're not getting a lot of kills.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which makes it insane that Scrap is like significantly higher than everybody else in that stretch he's been prying. But any other thoughts on this one before we just move on to the next one? It was just FaZe handle business.
No thoughts, really.
Yeah, I got no thoughts on this one.
Falcons versus C9 got a little interesting. C9 keeps the first map close. They go down 3-0 in the search. It's like, okay, this is over. And then they rattle off 6 straight rounds. It was 6 straight rounds, I believe. Yeah. 6 straight rounds. They rattle off. And then it was like, okay, here we go. And then they get destroyed at 3-4.
Yeah.
See that?
I just, again, I'm okay with just skipping over this one. Like, Falcons didn't do anything to impress me in this series. Like, winning against C9 and dropping a map is not much to be impressed by.
Yeah.
The C9 team is just not.
Yeah.
They're just not good. Like,
Hey, they won a map though.
yeah. And
They did win a map.
when I watch C9, like, I see the individual talent. Like, Otis had like a really, really bad start to the map 1 in this series. He was like 2-18 at
Mhm.
one point, I believe it was. But like, when I see this team, I'm like, like Nezra and Hyde and Encourage, especially, like, even Otis at times, like, I see the mechanical skill. They have the potential. The problem is just none of them are even remotely close to being ready. Maybe they're ready to be like inserted onto a team where they're like a 1-person change with 3 long-standing pros, but these guys are just not ready to be on their own team. Like, they're put in an impossible spot. Like, they're destroying their careers just to say they played the CDL, which sucks for them because like I do see the individual talent for all 4 of these players. Like, there's a talented player there. It's just that this is a terrible situation.
Yeah.
There's just no winning for what they're in. Our next match, LAT and Toronto. Koi. Koi get on the board with a map, I guess, is the positive to take out of it. They win the map
That is
3 with that trolley listening with like a BZ just like losing full. He's like, Jamie inside one shot. Like that listening was hilarious. You could tell Thieves had just like chalked up the map.
Mhm.
What are you guys' thoughts on Thieves? Whatever I say on Thieves is just automatically assumed as bias, but what are your
It
guys'
is
thoughts
always
on
bias.
Thieves?
My thoughts on these, they're beating the teams that they're better at as of now, but
Mhm.
Like,
nothing much different from what they were before
I mean,
as of now.
this screenshot just looks like a Thieves screenshot with Kenny. Niem had a 0.7.
Mhm.
Scrap had a 1.1, but then a BZ actually showed up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they lost the map to Toronto. I don't like.
I don't know. I think this Toronto team like seems like they have a little bit more juice now. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that like I don't think this is gonna be an instant turnaround, but I do think like picking up Kips is kind of like moving Toronto in the right direction. I think they looked much better this week. I mean, mind you, like LAT, I think is starting to come onto their own. Like we said, like they said they eventually would with or without Kenny.
Yeah.
But no, I really do think Toronto's starting to move in the right direction now. Joe seemed to have a little bit more fire back into his comms, and I don't know. This gave me hope for Koi moving forward, which I know we were talking about LAT, but I just want to bring that up.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the next series. I feel like LAT. I mean, they keep winning series. Obviously, like you can't be disappointed in wins. Like wins are good.
Right.
That's what you're here to do. But like,
Yeah.
I still haven't been blown away by like when I see a stat like this where like everybody in the lobby had 10,000 plus damage. Niem's below that. Like Scrap's frying. I don't know. Like I'm not sold on LAT being like elite. I think they're good. I think they've been good all year.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sold on them yet. What I want to do is the next match is Koi as well. So I'm going to pull up the Koi versus Minnesota where they 3-0. Everybody on Koi has a very good series. Kleenex obviously getting engagements, 1.0, lower damage, but rest of his team is frying. You're kind of bound to have a little bit slower of a series. And G2 just
Yeah.
looked, outclassed in a few of these maps. I think that this could be bad for Koi. Because I think
This win over G2.
I think could be bad. Because I think it might give them a false sense that this is the roster that they should move forward with. And I still just like I've seen 7 years of evidence now as to the fact that maybe we shouldn't continue with Insight. Like they've won events here and there, but like it hasn't ever led to the results you're looking for at the end of the year. And I do think Insight is he played a lot better this weekend. You got to give him his credit. Like he played a lot better this weekend, and I do think again, like I think they can win events with Insight. If Kips can actually play as well as he did this weekend overall, like if Kips is going to be this good, they could win an event with this team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They certainly launch themselves into like that top 5 contender status. If obviously, I'm not saying they are right now. That's if they continue this. I'm just not convinced that like it's gonna continue to translate because it seemed like the vibes in the team was kind of chalked. So like does one match fix that permanently, or like if they just come out and Insight drops a 0.7, they lose their next series, is everything just chalked again? Like, you know what I mean? Even though they're playing well right now, it feels like they're one bad Insight series away from everything being chalked, and that's a terrible spot for Insight to be as a player. That's a lot of pressure. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
so I don't know. Like, is he the answer? I don't know. I'm not. G2 just had a stinker of series here. I don't know what else to say about them.
Yeah.
Like, and they've been
Not
good.
wrong.
Later in the weekend, they beat FaZe. Like,
I think this was like one of those, like especially for Mamba, one of those fluke maps where it's like, oh, he really struggled, but he's good enough where we have faith like he'll bounce back, which evidence later. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think you're right. This is just a stinker for G2. I mean, good team. They're on a good run. One was bound to happen, and it is what it is. They move forward, obviously.
Yeah, So we talk about Toronto. I mean, I just for me, Toronto, I'm like jury. I just need to see more. I need to see more matches from them, just to kind of form
Yep.
more of an opinion. It's hard. I like what I saw from Kips though. Kips played. I thought for a debut weekend, he had a really good weekend.
He actually impressed me on like Neum.
Yeah, like Kips came in and like you could feel his presence on the map. Like he was dominating. I do think, to be fair to Neum, I think it's a little bit harder for Neum to make an impact like this because like with Scrap, a BZ, and Hydra, especially with the BZ playing better, and then Scrap and Hydra. Like, it is harder to have like a crazy
You
big.
just gotta be better than those three.
Like,
you know.
granted, I mean this Toronto team is really talented too. So like, not easy there. But I like what I saw from Joe. Joe seemed to bring more energy this weekend too.
Mhm. I'm with you.
And I feel like that's a big thing because I think that's like a step in the right direction in terms of maturity for Joe. Like, Joe's been a really good
Mhm.
player, but he hasn't won yet. And
Yeah.
like, I feel like he was kind of like in that headspace where he could have gone like a way of like, this is just chalked. Like, we lost 10 in a row. We're just not playing well. But it felt like he brought the energy in this match, and that's like a good like
Yeah.
stepping point for him. And not because it's easy like when you're in a losing streak like that, and it just feels like nothing can go your way. It's easy to just like throw in the towel. But I felt like he brought good
That's
energy. I wanted to call it somebody we've been gassing all year. I want to call it Mamba. He had a bad weekend this weekend. He didn't play super well against FaZe either, and we'll touch on that later. But he's at a 0.95 in the year, which again isn't terrible. Sky's at a 0.93. I think the common theme for this Minnesota team and why I say they're a nice, good story and a good team, but they can't win an event, it continues to be the AR play. Like, Skies wasn't bad in this series, but like every time we see this team beating a really good team or, like having good matches, it's behind the back of Estrio, Kremp, or both like hard carrying for the most part.
Yeah.
The ARs are kind of like, even, I mean, I'm pulling up the other series. Like, Sky's had a 1.1, and he had a pretty good series against FaZe overall. Estrio and Kremp had, solid series. None of their numbers are going to look that great because they Nesloed. So, like, whenever you Neslo, your numbers aren't going to look as impressive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I need to see a little bit more out of Mamba. He drops a 0.6 in the first series, a 0.7 in the second series, and like, I understand there's more to it. And he is a good S&D player. He didn't have a great map 2 in this one, but I still like him. I still think he's a really good player. I'm not saying anything other than that. I'm just like, if this Minnesota team wants to hit the ceiling they potentially have, Mamba's just got to step up a little bit more in the slaying department, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, yeah, you're right.
But again, that
Okay.
can be a little picky on him because like he is overall having a good year. I mean, he's 26 in Slayer rating. Guys he's next to, he's right behind Celium, who always historically is like the meme for this stat, is he's always like, Celium has a top 3 KD, but he's middle of the pack in Slayer rating because his engagements are always so much lower for a guy with a high KD like him. The Slayer rating thing is always funny to look at because you always see like the players who you like in your head are like, man, he's like a really slow player, and they're just so far down the list. And then you have guys like, who do you guys think is the number 1 Slayer rating in the CDL this year?
Lurks. No. Sorry.
Slayer rating?
Lurks is 10.
Grab?
Scrap's 4.
Slayer, holy.
It's 2 and 3 are not surprising. Number 1 is kind of a surprise. Don't think of somebody that you would think it would obviously be. He's on the team we're talking about right now, G2.
Oh, is it Kremp?
Yeah. Kremp has a number 1
That is
Slayer rating.
Rancor?
Very
Is
close
Rancor top
behind
5?
him. Rancor is 14th. Pace thing again. Rancor is 1
Yeah.
spot below TJ Halley.
Oh God.
Its debuts at 11th. Lurks is 10, Nero's 9, Abuza 8, Neptune 7, Hydra 6, Merc 5. So the Slayer rating, one of the reasons I also like this stat is when you look at the players that are like high in it, it feels like it accurately tracks who like feels like you're the best player when you're watching. Like, Kremp obviously number 1 is a little bit of an outlier, but him playing so fast and having like the pop-offs he has, especially with his ARs not getting as many kills, like in the pace of play there. But Simp 2, Joe Deceives 3, Scrap 4, Mercules 5, Hydra 6, Neptune 7, Abuza 8. Like, that feels like it's like ranking the players that like for the most part we think are the best players. There's a couple outliers, like a guy like, Shottzy's at 12, TJ's in 13th ahead of Rencor feels kind of weird, but like for the most part, you know what I mean? It feels like it captures who the best players are.
Yeah.
In like a pretty good light.
Yeah.
We're going to our next series. It's Thieves versus Boston. Nothing else to say about Thieves for me here. I mean, they steamroll a Boston team that they should steamroll. A good series from them. Boston, everybody's got to be gone. Everybody's got to be gone but Nasty. Please, by the end of this podcast, like,
holy.
Nasty, send help to Nasty. He's got a 1.08 on the year, and he's not getting any help. I mean, what else do we need to see from this team? Like, Cammy's had plenty of struggles. Purge, again, I think Purge, if he's put in the right situation, can work, maybe, but this isn't the right situation. Like, if you were to insert Purge on a team like LAT that's got like Hydra, Scrap, and Abizi in place, he could be like a flex and just do all the dirty work. I feel like Purge could excel in that role and be good at S&D. But like on this team where he has to like carry a lot of the slaying weight, it just doesn't make any sense. Snoopy,
he's struggling.
Brad, do you want to talk about Snoopy? You and I talked about this a little bit like before the podcast, like this weekend stuff.
We
But like,
did.
wanna talk
It's
about
just
Snoopy?
like, yeah. This man, like, he came into the league, right? Super promising. But like for Boston to keep him around for as long as they have, like, what has he truly done? Like, he hasn't really won at any consistent way in the league. He like, to me, he never impresses. Like in my head, if he's like this franchise guy, like he's got to be putting up like the 1.05 plus and be like that consistent heavy hitter slayer. And it's just like he hasn't proven anything. Like he's not a proven commodity at all, and yet he's the cornerstone of Boston. Like I don't know why he's so safe. And like we were talking about before the pod, like it feels like he's never going to get cut from this team, but like he hasn't done anything to really earn that like security. I feel like.
Yeah, it feels like he was like labeled the golden child for their team
Yeah.
and like crowned, and like I get giving him a full year right away because like he was touted
Yeah.
as very talented. You know, Doug stamped him as like the next up, like the next shottzyy.
Yeah.
Doug was calling him, and like I get giving him a year, especially for a team like Boston where you don't have maybe as many resources to spend on players. Like you have a guy like that
Right.
in your camp who you believe could be a potential like MVP level player. Like I mean, they believed he could be a shottzyy. Obviously, we know that isn't true, and he will never be a shottzyy. But they believe that, and if you have a guy in your camp like that you have under team control for a few years, I don't blame you for trying to squeeze it as much as you can. But he's been in the league for what now? He played at Brock. He played at Champs when we were there, MW2,
W2.
and he played all of MW3 and all of last year.
Yep.
And MW3, they were like literally one of the worst teams with like Priesta after he got dropped, like Priesta Slasher, that team. They were like the worst
Yep.
team that year. And then last year they, were not that great besides like a couple, upsets here and there on land, and then like a random really fluky top 3 at champs. But like he hasn't done anything, like Brad said, to like earn this spot. And like I was talking about Purge and Cammy, like they got to be gone from this team. They just don't fit at all. Their Slayer rating that we were just talking about, they're 47th and 48th in Slayer
Wow.
rating. And the guys below them: Encourage, Vivid, Skies, Abe, Insight, Ocus, Legend, and Slasher. Obviously, there's only 48 active players in the league at any given time. So Vivid,
Mhm.
Legend, and Slasher are 3 guys that are below them, all not playing in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
league. One of them retired, and then other guys below them at like Skies, Abe, Insight, and Ocus. Like Abe, we know has been struggling this year. Insight, we know has been struggling a lot this year. Skies has been very hit or miss, and Ocus is on that C9 team and has been really struggling. So like this Boston team, let's wrap it up. Like Nasty, he needs help. Nasty has been really good this year.
He was up team.
Somebody help him. I feel so bad for Nasty. He's on that Surge team
I
last year
know.
that like is one of the best teams in the league and constantly getting second. Abuza and 04 get to go join FaZe with Simp Pedraza, a great landing spot. Neptune obviously gets to go to Gentlemates, which is an amazing landing spot. And Nasty is left on Boston when Toronto probably should have picked him up instead of Real anyways. Or instead of Insight.
Yeah.
One of the two. Like
Yeah.
I would love Nasty on that team. If he would have got picked up for Real, that would have been awesome. Kleenex and Joe or Nasty on the flex with Insight. Like there's some chemistry there with Kleenex and Insight. I believe they're friends. That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
Please, Boston, do something.
Gotta do something.
I watched.
Dude.
I
I'm
watched
such a
Snoopy.
pessimist for them.
Yeah.
I watched Snoopy twice at Blackheart. He started the maps both times, like 1 in 10.
Well, like it's just they had like in their hard points this whole weekend. They just had somebody starting out like horribly, whether it's Snoopy or somebody else.
Yeah.
Like I look at a team like Surge, who's also like a bad team right now. Cloud9 is just a different story. Like they're an anomaly for just the situation they're in. But like I look at a team like Surge, and like at least I can like somewhat see like a vision as to like what's happening. I know they're just being cheap, so like they don't have a ton of a vision. But like I'm like watching and I'm seeing Lunars play really well since the role change and dropping Legend. Like I'm seeing Tej play pretty well overall. Like Tej is doing his thing. His .95 really good in S&D. And like doing his thing, in response what he needs to do. I'm seeing Abe have pop off moments this weekend, and I know there's some potential there with Abe and Gwyn. We know the potential he has. Like at least I can see a vision for how this team could become like a top, maybe sneak and fight for 8th. Like Boston, it's just been like we've seen these players together. It's just not good. Like
Doesn't work.
let's make a change. What S&D KD Where's TJ and S&D KD? TJ is where is he? Quickly search and destroy. Match type, no, where is
Top
it?
15.
Modes. S&D.
20th.
TJ is. He's only at a 0.95. That's probably like. Wait, no. What is this? This isn't even. That's not his S&D stats. Breaking points tweaking. That's everything. Okay, I got it here. Siege, S&D, KD. 12. Tied with Ghosty, 1.14. Awesome. That's a great numbers in
Damn.
S&D.
That's Siege for you.
Dude, Merc has a 1.54 in S&D.
Oh my god. What a dog.
Across. This is insane. Merc has 19 S&D maps, 1.54.
Damn.
God damn.
Abuza has a 1.4 across 23 maps. Dude, Simp has a 1.26. This guy's unbelievable. He might be the GOAT. We need to have that conversation soon. He might be the GOAT. Yeah, but TJ is playing really well. Like, you know what I mean? I can at least see a vision. Vancouver, I don't think they're like a great team. If they had money, they could make team changes. But like, there's at least a vision for Vancouver where I can see them having like a pop-off series and winning with the players in their team. But like for Boston, yikes. The next series, Gentlemates, Ravens, whatever, done. I don't need to talk about this at all. Sib drops a hilarious 0.65 for the win. Just big chilling. 17 and 30 in the first hard point, 23 and 44 in the next hard point. You know, that is a tough, dude. That is a tough 23 and 44. He had 4,200 damage to drop a 0.5.
Dude, they still won though. That's the crazy part.
This is one that like you box score watch and you're like, how did they win? Sib at a 0.6. Everybody else was at like a 1.0, but Carolina they're struggling. Brad, your boys are the next match. Optic versus Miami. Looking good after the map 1.
Dude, I was so excited after the map 1. I was like, oh my god, are we gonna do this right now? And then
Metals had a really good map.
Metals pop off.
Metals hard carry that one. He had the Nero tweak. And then we went round 11 in search, and I'm like, shottzyy, dude, I was so angry. What he did to us in search was just
14,
disgusting.
14 for the dub in round 11.
Yeah, and didn't he had like, I knew he of at least one 1v3, and I think he clutched up like another 1v3 early on. I don't really remember, but all I remember is him just shitting all over Miami, and I was like,
yeah, I mean,
tough.
If you're a fan of Miami though, like Brad over here, I don't think this is a bad series from them. Like,
no.
This was a close series with Optic, who's a top 2 team in the game right now. Like, if they would have come out, if they would have won, it would be something to get really excited for. But if they were to get blown out, I feel like it would be pretty disheartening if you're a Miami fan because like Optic is a team that we obviously know is better than them, and I don't expect Miami at any point this year we'll be viewing them as a team above Optic. But they need to get to a point where like they can keep every series close because then all of a sudden winners round 2 they get Optic. They can pull off the upside because like Miami is a good enough team that they can beat Optic. Like they're good enough. Like they have a good day. Optic has a bad day. They can beat them. Like Miami can do that to any team on any given day. They can beat anyone. It's just like they need to get to a point where it's like right there with Optic. And I feel like this was a series where they looked pretty good. Like they looked competitive. So I don't think it's a bad thing by any means if you're Miami.
Yeah, I would say so. That's close,
dude. Our next series, I'm officially done with the Carolina Royal Ravens. I picked them, got it completely and utterly wrong. They just get wiped across the board by the side of Falcons. I don't have much to say here. It was a 3-0 domination. Map 1 wasn't even close. I'm done. I'm done with the Ravens. That's all I have to say in the series. Done.
Done until further notice.
Done. Falcons didn't convince me of anything in the series either. Like, they beat C9 and Ravens this weekend. Again, like those are teams that Falcons should beat, and they handle them pretty well. So like that's good to see, I guess. But like, I need to see more from Falcons. We talked about these next 2 teams as well. I want to get onto our power rankings. Like Surge, that black card was just complete and utter domination. 250 to 78 is closer than it really looked. Like it should have been like 250.
It was not good.
It was just a domination. Lunars, Abe, everyone shooting. We already said it. Boston, blow it up. Vancouver again, like it's not an impressive win really to me because it's Boston, but like again, I can see the vision with this team. Like Lunars has been playing pretty well. If Gwyn can have some good series, again, this is against Boston, so take it with a grain of salt. But like I can at least see the vision with Vancouver and how they could pull off upsets. And I really hope they continue to win series because again, they won a series on land last time. Like I think this team is way more exciting than like Boston, C9, even Ravens. Like I'd much rather see this team on land. Like
Yeah.
C9 and Boston, like you guys can be the bottom two. As long if they're not making changes, I don't want to see those teams on land.
Right.
I'd rather see Ravens get a chance to redeem themselves on land than like watch Boston go, and especially C9, obviously.
Yeah. That is so true.
But and because like this Surge team, I can see a world like I mean they did it last event. They won a series when nobody expected them to. Like I can see a world where TJ has some big S&Ds, Gwyn has a pop off respawn, like Lunars continues to play like he did at the major, and like they win a series or two. Like
Yeah.
I can't see that with C9 or Boston.
Right.
I mean, speaking of
Pretty
C9,
nasty, bro.
pretty nasty. Speaking of C9, nothing to see here. Mercury's pub stomped C9.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked.
Into our
I
last
thought it
series,
was-
which was actually a good one. A dirty Neslo from the side of G2. I mean, these guys just might own phase. They obviously lost on land, so it's kind of hard to really justify it. But
Online though.
Skies also has had like phase's number a little bit. He's had a couple really good series.
Yeah.
Against phase. It was the Simp and Abuza show for the side of phase. And again, like the stats are always going to look weird. Stats are going to look weird on series like this when you get Neslo'd, but also like not only did G2 Neslo, they kind of got dominated at hardpoint. So the stats are going to look really skewed because like obviously like if you win hardpoints, you're going to have like better looking stats because hardpoints where the majority of engagements happen.
Yeah.
Like so when you Neslo, obviously your stats don't look as good, but especially when you get Neslo'd by a 250 to 167 and a 250 to 140. Like they got pretty dominated across the board in HP. But Minnesota, hey man, they get a big win on the board against a good team, showing composure, winning a couple S&Ds. They continue to just be that scrappy top 6 team. Okay, so funny enough, like somebody I know is like a pretty big like G2 fan in esports, like in general, like Rocket League or whatever, like other esports. And they have become like a Minnesota fan because of that. And I was kind of talking to him and I was like, this sounds really weird and stupid, but like if G2 want to win an event, I think they technically need a roster change. But it makes no sense for them to change their roster because they are really solid right now. Does that make any sense when I say that? Like, does what I'm trying to say make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, they technically probably, like, I don't think anybody thinks they're going to win an event with this roster. But also, the risk you run of making a change is you could get way worse. You can get a lot worse than they are right now.
Yeah.
But also, I just don't think that they can win with their team. I'm not saying they shouldn't make a change. Like, there's nobody out there that they should go pick up. I'm not actually saying that, but I was having that conversation with them because I thought it was kind of interesting. It's like it's such a weird spot to be in COD where like technically the players probably know and like we know they're probably not winning an event, but also like they're probably not making a change that makes them win an event with the players out there. So it's like if you're G2, you just keep hammering away. You just keep trying to make. They made a Sunday last event. They got 4th. Like you just keep hammering away and trying to make it to Sunday, and hopefully you get hot. And you never know.
Right.
We've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I've personally seen worse teams in person win an event than this.
I've seen the team win.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse teams in history win than this G2 team. So again, I'm not saying that they should change their roster. I don't think that that's true, but it's kind of an interesting conversation. It's weird in COD. How like we're saying probably they there's no really reason for them to change, but they probably can't win this team unless everything goes perfect.
Right.
I mean, just look at what team was last year? Ravens last year when they dropped Vivid.
Yeah,
they went
again,
downhill.
Like, they're kind of there. It's a little bit. It's a really good comparison. I think it's like slightly different than Ravens because Ravens were starting to tail off already, whereas like G2 is kind of on the upswing. But I get exactly what you're saying because it's like if Ravens were to have made that change like a month earlier when they were still really good, it's like Ravens we were talking about them as a top 4 team for a bit last year, early in the year.
They were
like a top 4 team, and it's like we all kind of knew they probably couldn't win an event with the roster they had though. So like it's kind of funny how it's like they probably should technically make a change because they can't win, but also like who are you gonna say? Like, why would you also like say that they're gonna make a change? Because like they're top 4 right now. You know what I mean? It's that weird. It's
Mhm.
that weird thing of COD. If you've watched enough COD, you see a team, you kind of know. You kind of know if like they can win or not.
Yeah. Gun just
Oh
gotta get hot on the
yeah,
Sunday.
we got the power rankings on the screen now, boys. We got some adjustments to make. I kept them the same, obviously. So if you guys are looking at this right now, these are not our updated power rankings. These are what they were last week, so you guys could see what we had. We're gonna make adjustments off of this. So I sent a screenshot in our messages to you guys, so you can remember what we had for the power
Mhm.
rankings last week. So let's go top to bottom, kind of see if we think we have to make any changes. We'll go over this pretty quick so we can do our predictions. So number 1, we had Gentlemates in S tier along with Optic 2. Those are the only 2 teams in S tier. I think that has to stay the same. Like
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yep.
Optic look really good, but until Gentlemates gets taken down or something, until proven otherwise, they have to be number 1. They're the defending champs, and they've looked really good since.
Agreed.
I think we have a
Mhm.
change to make here for the 3 spot. I think LAT's got to go above FaZe.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you.
LAT continues to win. FaZe loses another one to G2, and their other win on the weekend. Their other one was against who? Surge, I think it was early on.
Yeah,
Again,
Yes.
I think
good
so.
to 3-0 Surge, but that win doesn't carry a lot of weight.
No.
The only question is, do we drop FaZe into B tier and put LAT up into A tier, or do we just move LAT up into A tier above FaZe?
I feel like you gotta. Do you think that FaZe like belongs in the same category as G2 right now? Because like, I think they're both like pretty even keel right now. So that's why I would say move FaZe down to like B. But
Funny enough, like it's weird because G2, like, yeah, like they beat FaZe, they beat them online a lot. FaZe, beat them on LAN,
mm,
but like I don't know, it's weird, right? Like I don't. G2 keeps beating them, but still at the end of the day, like I think FaZe is going to do better at the next tournament. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, that's why I'd still have them in front of G2.
Yeah, because like FaZe, it still sticks in my head so much that FaZe blew a 5-2 with a chance to go to finals. Like if FaZe could just close out one round, Optic would be first right now. Like Optic probably won the event. Gentlemates
Yeah,
is probably dropped down into third with FaZe in second. Like I don't know. I think Thieves have to move up to A tier. I kind of want to. I'm down to drop FaZe into B tier above Minnesota if you want to just swap FaZe and Thieves.
that's what I was thinking.
Are you good with that, Brock? And then I think FaZe are definitely a team to
Mm.
keep our eye on, and we could pretty easily move them up back into A tier because
Yep.
FaZe has Falcons and Breach. If they go 2-0, we can move them back up. I'm assuming they're going to. If they lose, Falcons or Breach, they're staying down. But I'd be down to put FaZe behind LAT in A if you want to keep them in A. But I'm also good with putting them top of B. What do you think?
We can put a face down. Top
Okay.
of B for now.
Uh,
Roll with that.
then our next team is G2. I think they stay where they are.
Yep.
Miami, it's tough to move Miami up just because,
They can stay.
they lost to Optic. Granted, they looked good. I think Miami definitely has a
Yeah.
chance to rise up above G2. I just don't think it's yet.
I'm with you.
Are you guys good with that? B tier
Yeah.
for
Yep.
G2, they stay 5. B tier
Mhm.
for Heretics, they stay 6.
Yep.
I think Boston
Put them
is
down.
a 7.
Yeah,
I
put 'em
think they
down.
go into 11th in front of C9.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Which has Falcons there in the top of C tier. I actually want to keep Falcons right where they are for now. We could move teams above them
Yeah.
later when we get to them. I don't. Falcons, they had a nice 2-0 weekend, but they beat nobody. They beat Ravens and
Yeah.
Cloud9, which again is good,
Yep.
but that doesn't make me want to move them up a tier. I still think you could argue they're bottom B tier, but I'm going to keep them here for now if you guys are in agreement with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think they should stay there.
C tier's fine.
Ravens are next. And then
I think-
it's Koi, and then we have Surge and now Breach. I think I want to jump Koi between Falcons and Ravens.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Falcons and Ravens.
Into
Wait,
C
so like
tier.
the middle of C tier
Yeah, so
behind. So who's the
so-
first place in C tier then?
Falcons.
Falcons. Thank
You don't think they should go in front of Falcons?
No, not yet. One match win doesn't.
Okay.
I think next week they could be,
hmm
But
Yeah, you're
Falcons,
right. I might be jumping the gun there. They just look like my eye test. Like obviously it's a power ranking, so it can't just be judged off my eye test. But like they look so much better. Like and like they're teaming better. Like Toronto just looks like a better unit than the Falcons right now. Like
I do
like
think
just
though,
simple eye test. But like I don't think you're right though. They shouldn't go above Falcons yet. You're right. They should go in the middle of C.
Falcons are 8-6 still on the year and they started the
Mhm.
year 0-2. The Falcons are 8-4 over the last how many
Yeah.
matches, and Koi are what, like 1-8?
1-7, 1-8. Yeah.
Like that's why I'm like, I don't. I
Yeah, you're
do
right.
think like who does I'm pulling it up here. Who does Koi have this week? Koi has Miami and Gentlemen. So like Koi could easily
That's
be
a good
0-2.
test.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah.
if they win both, we're looking at Koi like, oh yeah, they're back. Like I think we'll have a pretty definitive
Yeah.
answer. I see the argument for putting them above Falcons. I just think we have to give respect to Falcons because they did go 2-0. Like they beat bad teams, but they've been looking pretty solid overall, and Koi have just been really bad. I don't think one match could jump them all the way out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
The interesting one next is now. So now we have Gentlemates, Optic, Thieves, FaZe, G2, Heretics, and then down to C we have Falcons, Koi. So we're in the 9 spot. We currently have Ravens there in C tier. I think the Ravens maybe deserve to stay in C tier. I would be willing to drop them down into D tier. I think they have to stay above Vancouver for one more week. And Vancouver
Yeah.
has Carolina. We get to see him play this week, and then Optic.
Mhm.
If Vancouver can come out and beat Carolina, it's an interesting story. Carolina has Boston and Vancouver. So this is a really interesting week for Carolina. If they go 0-2 again, losing to Boston and Vancouver, chalk it up. Even if they win
Yeah.
2 matches, I'm not overly impressed by them beating those 2 teams. I kind of want to drop Carolina down into D tier above Vancouver and have 4 teams down there.
I'm down.
Brad? My argument for it is if I look at Falcons, Koi, and Ravens, I feel that Falcons and Koi are a step up talent wise than Ravens. Like if I were to tell you that this weekend, Brad, Falcons and Koi are gonna upset Gentlemates and Optic, you'd be like, damn, like that's surprising. If I were to tell you Ravens upset Gentlemates, you'd be floored. Like
Yeah, that's a good
you'd
point.
be a lot more surprised if Ravens upset one of the top 2 teams as opposed to Koi and Falcons. I would think at least.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. But
And then
like,
our D tier would be Ravens to Surge to Boston to C9. So shout out to Surge. They're 10th. Might be the highest they've been.
They're back.
I was even gonna like, I was debating moving them up to 9 in front of the Ravens. But I think you're right
Actually.
though. One more week just to see what kind of happens. But I do think they're looking much better. Like,
Hang on.
and then again, there goes the eye testing again.
Hang on, though. I get it.
I know teachers show up on
I
land.
just realized something. This looks bad. I added an F tier and put C9 in that. That looks better.
Wow,
mean,
dude.
It fits the
Hey,
script
they're trying
better.
their hardest, man.
Again, I have nothing against the players. I actually think there's some pretty talented players. They're in an impossible situation. They cannot win. They cannot win with what they were put in an impossible situation. But I do think it's a little bit disrespectful to have Ravens, Vancouver, and Boston on the same tier as C9. Like they are again, like if you were to tell me Boston, Vancouver, or Ravens upset one of our top teams, I'd be surprised. But if you were to tell me C9 was going to be Optic or Gentlemates this weekend, I'd be like
Yeah.
completely mind blown. Like Ravens, Surge, and Boston are a tier ahead of Cloud9. They are. And I don't want to put all of them on C tier, so we got to make an extra tier.
I like that.
There's our power rankings. Not a ton of movement. Top 2 stay the same. Our 3 and 4 teams swap. 5 and 6 stays the same. Our 7 team stays the same. Toronto jumps up from 10th to 8th. Carolina drops down a spot. Vancouver moves up a spot. Boston falls like 3 or 4 spots. About 9. I think you're going to be the most consistent team in these power rankings in your spot. Wouldn't you guys agree? I think everybody else could move around.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Optic could easily jump Gentlemates, FaZe, and that middle pack, that FaZe, Thieves, G2, like Falcons, Koi, Heretics, they could all swap around. Even like the D tier teams could jump up into C. Like I think Cloud9's gonna stay pretty consistent where they're at. All right. I got the pick'ems up. How did we all do last week? I got 25, and it was very good, apart from a very rough Sunday.
Yeah. I'm with the same 25.
We know that.
Yeah,
That's right.
24.
Brad copied me last week.
You copied me, dude.
I went first.
I went first one time.
Yeah, and I think I picked different than you. I think it was the last.
No, we picked the same.
Oh, what, did we?
No.
I thought it was the
Yeah.
last pick.
No, it was I think it was Breach Vegas that we did. I went first on.
So Brad and I had 25. Brock, you had 24.
Yep, 24.
So what are we all at?
What a bitch.
I'm at 54, 29, 25.
I'm at 50 for Major 2.
So you had 25 both weeks?
Yep.
I'm at 57 as of now.
Damn.
So Brock, you had that big week 1.
Yeah, he did.
That's right. Brock had like a lot of the same picks, but he had so many map counts right that first week, so he got all those bonus points. So Brock in first.
Cheeky little bastard.
Oh, with our predictions, we've all done pretty well, so it's pretty much it could flip. Brock could be last next week. Brad could be first. It could flip pretty easily. All pretty close here. I'm hoping for a better slate of matches. We kind of called it last week, but overall, when we were looking at it, we were calling a lot of like saying like there could be a lot of 3-0s and stuff here, because there was a lot of like of our good teams playing a lot of our not so good teams. So I think we all kind of thought last week wasn't going to be the best slate of matches, and just from initially looking, there are decent amount of matches I'm pretty excited for. I'd say like day 1, like that FaZe Falcons match could be a nice one. Honestly, I'm interested to see Boston Carolina because it's 2 like bottoming out teams right now. Kind of interested to see what happens there.
Yeah.
Day 2, I feel like G2.
I'm excited for Mate C9.
I'm not.
Why?
You know.
August comes out shooting, they beat the mates.
That series might need a maturity rating.
I don't know about that.
You might need to be 18 plus to watch that series.
Yeah.
That series is gonna be some graphic stuff. We got G2 Falcons, day 2. That should be a fun match.
Yeah.
Heretics Koi, the rivalry match. That should be a great one. I like this Surge team. I like Teej. I always have. They're fun for me to watch. I'm interested in Ravens Surge. I can't lie, because I like Surge. I just like the team a lot. They're one of my favorite teams. And then obviously Optic Thieves is a great one.
Banger match.
Start out Sunday with a banger. I like Carolina Koi should be a fun one. Or sorry, not Carolina. Gentlemates Koi should be a fun one. Snoozer for the second one. Snoozer for the third one. Kind of a snoozer for the fourth one. Not gonna lie, Sunday a little bit of a rough day. But I will be excited to watch Vancouver. I'll be cheering on Surge and TJ Halley to upset Optic. Day 1, though, let's kick it off, boys. Breach versus Royal Ravens. 2 teams that I just got done saying 20 minutes ago I was completely out on, and now I have to pick one of them. I'm going to just send it to a game 5.
Which one do you?
And I'm going to pick Ravens. I still think they're a better team than Boston.
Ravens 69% chance winning.
I do that. Some of these teams could make a change, though. Like,
true.
Which could change.
How they Boston making a change?
Should have a long time ago.
Like 2 years ago, yeah.
Wait, what is this?
Wait, what?
I don't. Oh, never mind. I thought maybe somebody from Bush Gaming tweeted out like an interesting tweet. I thought maybe somebody from Bush got picked up. So I was like, is this roster news? I don't think it is. Oh, Jodeci is roasting the heretics in the timeline. I just see a clip on Twitter. Apparently they do like in their like process that video. He said losing to Miami should never happen. I don't think they're a great team. And I will say we all like say Miami's solid. The pros seem to share that sentiment about them. They like Dashy was talking about this weekend. He's just like they just love their KDs. Like there is kind of a stigma around Miami. It seems like amongst the pro players that like Miami just doesn't like really try to win, which is interesting. Look at Brad. He's down bad right now.
It's okay, Brad.
Back to our match. I thought I saw roster leakage. Who you guys got? Ravens, Boston.
You got Ravens.
3-0 Ravens.
Ravens. Boston wins a map.
Nope.
Not sure which one, but they're gonna win one.
I hope they make a change. That could make me, change my pick on this series.
Yeah, you gotta think, but didn't you say like those three players are like the longest tenor trio?
They're fifth. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody, including them, including the players, knows they need to make a change. Just will they? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Second match. FaZe Falcons. I like a FaZe bounce back here in a 3-1. Cellian versus Simp
Me
rematch.
too.
3-1. I got 3-1 as well, boys.
Oh my god, we're all just our brains were the same.
Nope.
Ugh.
I
last
think we're all gonna be the same here.
Last series is okay. I'm gonna pick up my mic to say this. The 1.2% of you that picked Cloud9 need to seek help.
It could be the family members.
Yeah, hey.
They need to seek help. If Cloud9 wins this, that is insane. 1.2% of people pick Cloud9.
They gotta have faith, you know.
I mean,
I'm gonna put.
Dude, if Cloud9 wins a map, you should get credit for your pick. If you pick them to win, they should get the win. If they win a map, this should be Cloud9 wins one map, they win the series. Gentlemen, that's a 5-0. There's no way. No way.
They're 5-0 too. That's the crazy part.
Holy shit.
They played a scrim series. I don't know that Cloud9 wins in a map. If they scrimmed every S&D, every hardpoint, every overload, and Gentleman's going hard, I don't know that Cloud9 wins a map.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I'm assuming you guys both have.
That's probably the lowest. That's probably the lowest I've seen for a team to like win.
I don't remember what it was last week, but the only one I think could be lower would be Optic playing them.
Yeah,
like the only one.
You mean when Miami plays them?
The people that pick them, like, I feel like it's like you just did that so you can screenshot it and be like, yo, look, I knew. Like,
yeah,
just because you want the tweet if they do win.
Well, yeah, you're actually not wrong. Optic last week had a 99.1% chance of winning, so Cotton had a 0.9% chance of winning last week.
It's not going to get much lower than that.
C9 has a 7.9% chance against Miami.
Man,
I got Gentleman's 3-0.
Yeah. Brad, you got Gentleman's 3-0, you said?
Yep.
Starting Saturday, G2 versus Riyadh. This is probably the most up in the air series, to be honest, for me so far. Of the first four, you could say Breach, Carolina. That's more because they're both so bad. I don't know who to pick. This is like more. These two teams are both solid, and I just don't know who's better. Like, I feel like Falcons maybe like G2 maybe throw up more like random stinkers, but like I think this is a game 5 written all over it. I'm gonna take G2 to clutch up in another game 5, but I don't love it. I could see it going either way, and the community feels the same way. 54.5% on G2. The last 3 times these teams have played, granted it dates back into 2 matches last year, it's been a 3-2.
I like where Ryan's head is at because I also have a 3-2 game 5 for G2.
I also had a game 5. I went with Riyadh. Yeah.
I think that one's a pretty much toss up in my opinion. That's one of those series. It's like you pick whoever you're feeling at the time, and I'm not going to be shocked if I'm wrong. Brad, your boys are up next.
Yeah.
Miami, 62.6% of the community on Miami. Who you got?
What? That's way too high. We like being the underdogs. I have a game 5. What'd you say?
Played twice this year. Went 3-2 both times, and each team won once.
Yeah. Well, hear me out here. I have them at 5 here again. Go figure. I mean, one of the best rivalries in sports here. Even better than the Packers and the Bears, in my opinion. I have Miami winning this in a 3-2 fashion. I just think, Kips is going to be quaking in his boots when he sees big old Rancor standing there. Yeah, give me the Bombos in a 3-2 fashion.
Brock, who you got?
3-1, Toronto. Joe deceives.
Nah, dude, Joe's buns.
I can assure you he's
Not he's not actually. Yeah, he's not buns. He's not buns. I can't.
I don't know who to pick. I want Toronto to lose so bad, so they pick up Kenny. I'm gonna manifest it.
Then go with the
I'm gonna
Bombos.
manifest
Come on.
it. 3-2 Heretics. It's another game 5. They both
Hell
seasons
yeah.
game 5. I actually was leaning towards picking Koi, but I gotta manifest because I think they're gonna lose their second match. So I hope they lose this one.
Wow. Wait, you think Miami's gonna lose their second match?
No, Koi.
Oh God. Okay.
No, I don't think Miami's gonna. If Miami loses the Cloud9, if Miami loses
That's
the
why I was
Cloud9,
gonna give. That's what.
you need to like chug a bottle of hot sauce in the next pod. If Miami loses the Cloud9.
Oh God.
Yes.
I would say a dry scoop of G
Wait,
Fuel, but I don't have
Wait,
any.
can you pour some honey on you? If you
Yeah, I'll pour some honey on me.
An entire bottle just over the head. Yeah, just like that. It's like Maven with a maple syrup.
Yeah.
That was like completely water liquid. It wasn't even like actually like thick maple syrup.
That was.
Yeah, I have no idea where to go in this one. I really do think that like if Koi continue to look how they looked in their last match of this past weekend, like I could see them definitely winning. I want them to lose. I'm not gonna lie though, so I'm picking Miami. Surge Ravens.
Vamos.
I got 3-1 to the side of Surge. I'm shocked 70%, almost 70% of the community is picking Carolina on this one. Last time they played was January 30th, and Surge 3-1 them. That was at the tournament, I believe.
LAN, wasn't it?
Yeah, LAN really knocked them out of the tournament. Surge just like they looked competitive. They got 3-0'd, but they were competitive against FaZe. And they get a nice win on the board against a bad Boston team, granted, but they get a nice win on the board. I think they're just right now, with the way the Ravens are playing, Surge are a better team. We had them a little below in the power rankings because we need to see more of Surge, but like current recent series I've seen, I liked what I saw from Surge more. I think they're going to win.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good shout.
Brad, what do you have?
I have Surge in a 3-2 fashion.
Oh my gosh.
Pioneers,
yeah.
TJ Halley. Did you see Quinn's interview? He was like, I got the Pioneer TJ on my team. I was like, oh my God, let's go.
Feel like Tej. I also have a 3-2 Vancouver Surge Team 5 dub.
Wow. We're going against the community.
Look at us go, Brock.
70% of the community is on the Carolina side, though.
Wow.
I see.
Thieves.
We're going against them.
Yeah. Thieves Optic. Final match of Saturday. What are you thinking?
Well, the last 3 have been LAT, but it's too last
I'm
year.
thinking?
But
I'm
no longer on LAT. That's different from that 3-1.
The Kenny killer, or the Optic killer himself, Kenny. No longer on the team. And that's why I have a 3-1 for Optic.
I agree. I also have a 3-1 for Optic.
I have a 3-2 for Optic. Little game 5. So I want to see game 5.
Yeah,
you just wanted to be different. I get it. It's okay.
It is a little insane though. Like this is just the Optic fans coming out, but 73% on Optic is crazy. This is like a pretty neck and neck. I do think Optic's the favorite though. Optic should be the favorite. They're the better team right now.
Yeah.
But Thieves.
It's a good match.
This is the true measuring stick for Thieves. If they come out and they dominate Optic, then it's like, okay, like they're looking good. But also now that I say that, like they dominated Optic with Kenny. So like I don't know if it is like a true measuring stick, but like if they do beat, a team like Optic here, it's like, okay, like you're 5-0, like you keep winning, something's there.
Yeah.
I do think this Thieves team, like, no matter who their fourth is, like they can pick up Rad. Like they're gonna be pretty solid with their 3. I need to see LAN. I need to see on LAN. Like
get me in there. You're not losing a major, okay?
Brad, you're shaking so fast. This guy's yelling at you, bro.
Dude, get me on the land. I'm like freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's how solid I am.
He's, Brad's picking up his water. His hands like shaking. Brad's gonna be like that one time. I think it was Kenny, like way back in World War II, and he kept picking up his water bottle, just drinking an empty water bottle like repeatedly.
Yeah, the empty water. Yes,
that was funny. Gentlemates Koi Boys kickoff Sunday. I like a 3-1 for the side of Gentlemates here.
Look at us go, Ryan. I also have a 3-1 for the mates.
Hey guys, look at us. 3-1 as well.
Are we all
We're having a threesome over here. Wait, pause.
Hey yo.
Can we edit that out?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm gonna make you make a TikTok out of that.
Oh God.
FaZe Breach. Next match. Are we all in sync here? 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, 96%.
Look at us.
Is Sunday gonna be atrocious again?
I mean,
How about the next one, guys? Next one?
3-0.
3-0?
You weren't wrong. 7.2% of you need to seek help. You're picking Cloud9 over Miami.
I put my double points on this one.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I think I'm saving it for whenever they play. Like 1 point, like I promise you, Vancouver has a better chance to beat Optic than Cloud9 does to beat Miami. They're at a 1.4%.
No, I agree with that.
Like, I don't think Vancouver's going to beat Optic. I have Optic winning, but like, there's a better chance if you're going to put money on one of those two things to happen, like Vancouver beats Optic or C9 beats Miami. I would hope you're betting it on Vancouver because they're actually a team of pros that could pull off an upset.
Yeah.
Like
they got Deej, bro.
They got Deej.
My God,
Deej actually plays like pretty well against Optic a lot of times. It feels like too. With that said, I think the last match is going to save us again. I have Optic in a 3-2. I think Vancouver is going to force on that 5, but Optic takes him down. I think it's going to get weird. It's going to be end of the day, Sunday. Optic took out Thieves. They're feeling good. Maybe they get a little bit too relaxed, thinking, Dashy and Tej are boys. They're going to get a little relaxed. Like, all of a sudden, they fall like one map. Maybe it goes to a game 5. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I want to change it to a 3-1, but I might change it to a 3-1.
You were trying to convince yourself so hard with the evidence, and then you were like, wait.
Well, I was thinking about it, and I was like, they're going to win the search, but then I was like, I really can't see them winning an overload, and I kind of don't think they're going to win a hard point. So I'll keep it as 3-2 for the culture, but I do think like regardless if it goes 4 or 5, I do think like Vancouver's going to make it like relatively competitive. Like I don't think it's going to be like a terrible series.
Oh, I see.
Brad,
what are you thinking, Brock?
I think Tej is gonna do his thing. Try his best, but just gonna win 3-0.
No,
they got the glitch on the team.
You got the 3-0 for Surge. You dog.
Perk, bro.
No, he did not pick 3-0 for Surge. He picked 3-0 for Optic.
3-0 Optic. Hey, I said TJ's gonna do his thing, but Optic has the glitch, bro. They got the perk, merc.
Oh, dude, I thought. Oh man, Brock. I also have the 3-0 for Optic. I think this is gonna be a boring Sunday with only one map going to.
Changing it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's fair. That's fine. That's fine. I'll get more points. Don't you worry about it, big dog.
I ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah. I think it could be a boring Sunday. But I think what do we have the week after that? What do we got week 4?
I can't wait for the first match of next week. I'm not gonna lie. C9 Vancouver.
DJ's playing, dude. It's must-see TV.
Dude, gotta be. I'm there for Okus, man. Okus is the GOAT.
The next 2 games after that are pretty good, though. FaZe Thieves and G2 Miami.
Dude, let's be honest. FaZe LAT is not going to be a good game.
Honestly,
that's not going to be a good game.
Pretty good matches.
Honestly, Saturday is pretty solid. G2 gets a good test against Gentlemates. Optic FaZe. Falcons Koi is a pretty good match.
That's classic.
Boston C9 in the shit bowl. LAT Miami.
Dude, imagine C9 wins. Oh, Sunday, that would make my Saturday.
Sunday kind of sucks again. What are they doing on these Sundays next week?
Hey, what do you mean?
Kind of sucks.
Miami plays on Sunday, dude.
Dude,
that's a good day.
The Sunday after that sucks too.
Miami's playing on that Sunday. God, you're what are you doing to me, man?
The next Sunday
Mine
sucks
plays on both
too.
Sundays.
Week
No
6
way,
Sunday
hold on.
sucks.
Dude, okay, you guys are just trolling.
That
me.
one's a little
Dreamy.
better because like LAT Gentlemates and Optic Koi are both like at least decent. And honestly, like Falcons versus TJ Halley is must see TV.
TJ is just must see TV anyways.
Is there like does like week 5 have like a good Saturday or something? No, it doesn't have a good. Dude, this Saturday. Oh my god, this Saturday and Sunday of week 5 are putrid.
Yeah, it's
Look at week
little
5 on
stinky.
Saturday.
What do you mean? Cloud9 plays LAT. That's a free win for C9.
18 plus. Gentlemates breach. I mean, the second half of the stream is going to be 18 plus viewers only. Cloud9, LAT,
Yeah.
and Boston versus Gentlemates. Okay, you know what else we have to talk about? Like, there's 12 damn teams in the league, and how many of these teams need to make a roster change? Let me hang on.
5,
2, 3.
I'm pulling this back up. I have the power rankings on the screen. Here's all.
6.
So, Gentlemates, Optic, LAT, FaZe, G2, Miami. You're all fine, right? We're all fine with them staying.
4 of them need a roster.
Falcons, fine. You can change your team. Koi, pick up Kenny for Insight. Ravens, change. Surge. I don't know who they pick up. They could make a change, sure, but like I don't hate seeing them develop a little more.
Drop Quinn on his head.
They're not going to do that. Boston, blow it up. C9, please be willing to pay actually.
Blow it up.
Like, pay pros. I think at least 4 teams, if not 5, if you include potentially Koi, depending on what happens this week, should be making roster changes immediately.
I was thinking 4, excluding Koi.
And then obviously Heretics might join the list if Real ever gets like dropped. They could potentially make a change. It's always out there. I mean, Heretics is looking at this.
Bad.
Dude, Heretics is looking at this saying like Snoopy and Real, please get fully dropped because it gives them options.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it gives them more options to pick up players. That'd be Brad's dream. Snoopy joins.
Hell no. I just literally opened this podcast with just bitching about him.
Yeah, but a change of scenery could be good for the player, you know?
Yeah, but like, I mean, maybe, but like,
I will say, like,
Metals, he's that dude.
Of all the players on Boston, if everyone were to be dropped by Nasty, who would you be most excited if your team picked them up? Cammy, Purge, Snoopy.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think for sure, right? Like, on the right team, I think you actually can make the argument as Purge. Yeah, it's not Cammy. But I think, because I do think Brock, I know Brock's like kind of trolling with it, but I do think a change of scenery, like, Snoopy is talented. Like, there is something there. Like, he still's at a .97 on the year, and he has like pop off moments. Like, I do think just like getting in a new system, hearing a new coach, hearing new players, new veterans around him. Like, he hasn't really ever had great veterans. He had Slasher and Priest, I guess, the 1 year, so that was pretty good. But he was like very young. Like,
yeah,
I do think like there's a world where like Snoopy just gets like a change of scenery and like he could get better. I don't know if he will, and I don't even know if he'll ever get another shot because I do feel like if he would have gotten a chance to get on a better roster, he would have left Boston. But he's just stuck there on Boston. But I think at least 4 teams minimum, if not 5, if not even 6, should blow it up and make some changes.
Also with Snoopy, playing with better players helps.
Yeah, he's been kind of just like stuck with. I do think he has like the pop-off potential, and like I think mechanically he definitely is like a step up from the other players that would be dropped. But like if Boston were to make a change and they only do a 2-man for Purge and Cammy, like again, I'd be like, man, Snoopy has really gotten a lot of chances on this team for not much results. But like I could see the reasoning, like Snoopy's their guy. It would make a little more sense because he's pretty talented. But yeah, if they drop him, I also think it's crazy. All right. That's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platforms, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. We'll see you guys next week with some more predictions, updating the power rankings, talking about the matches. If there's anything else you guys want to see, I know we're like so long overdue on a players tier list, but it gets so weird with all like the roster changes that randomly happen. We want to do the current players, so there's anything else you guys want to see us mix in, let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.